about to make a play. Move the chains.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, Eckler. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Detroit. 61 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Just like that.
Now Stafford. This is caught. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Set. 180. 57. Let's go, let's go.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stop your whining. Out, out. Further. Check 31, check 31.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Cut. 380.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Lions first down.
Set. 280. Watch the curl.
Throwing is Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Go, let's go. Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
This is caught. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and goal.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing. And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's...
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch the safety creep. He's coming.
Now Joe Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Alert. 3 down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Set. Waiting. 50 seconds. Come on. Easy alert. Time go.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. On fourth down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
With the score, Lions 21. Packers
380.
Wilson now to throw on third down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Jamison Crowder. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first and 10, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
First down, Detroit.
Ready.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Stafford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And those linemen, of course, pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Set. 180.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Check.
Like 7.
Here's Stafford. Screen pass to Blunt. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Let's go. Let's do it.
He got 29 yards that time.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On second and goal, Stafford, and that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And now it's blocked. Oh, the Packers have it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Wilson, and this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Mike 50.
Coming after you. Mike 50, Mike 50.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
25.
3rd and long. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Wilson in the offense, not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Set, 250.
Rip left, rip left.
Alert. 50 seconds.
On first down, Stafford here. He'll get this to Eckler. Powering his way forward. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Stafford now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Dancing to it, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And the pressure gets to him again. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Let's go deep, tighten up. 54's Mike, 54's Mike.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent...
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back to Mixon on first down. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Airing one out for Crowder. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he's forced out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Here we go. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
And that's caught. It's Hogan. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Kill.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. It's going to be a long day.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gano the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Stafford now to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And they'll get him down up past the 15. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Milano, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave him out there so he can work through some of the rough stuff.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Get the ball.
On second and 15 now. Wilson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Emmanuel Sanders, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that we might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, Haywood!
From the 50 at Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree, his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
40 got.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run here with Eckler. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave them with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the gun, Stafford. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the intercept. Touchdown, Detroit! Austin Eckler with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a star. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
57
Throwing here, Stafford. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 57's the mic.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He finds his target, Beckham. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw, Stafford. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play, and it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy, so that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Check.
Now Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
6, 7.
Stafford going to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
21.
Here I come again.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.